What is up, Radix Nation? Coming at you live for this week's perspective, where we tell your stories and we highlight top performers. Guys, holy mamba. Let's go. Kobe Bryant would be so proud. I wanted to start off the perspective with a little bit of gratitude. Thank you guys for showing up and competing. It is so fun to watch, and it is so cool to see everybody's lids being lifted and everybody pushing the limits. I'm going to dive into that a little bit later, but I had to start this week off with a little bit of recognition for the Mamba and those that are out absolutely slaying it in this tournament. A couple housekeeping items. First, I want to talk about assist pay, next day assist pay, and one quick clarification. Because of how the banking system works, when the deals that you set on a Monday, on Tuesday, they may not hit your account until later in the day. We schedule those that morning, so depending on when your banking system accepts same day ACHs is when that'll hit. So we've had a couple clarifications on that. It should be mostly cleared up by now. I think everybody, most of those questions are answered, but I wanted to take a second publicly to go through that. Second announcement, we're getting, the time is upon us where guys are starting to want to self-gen, and they're getting into that time in their career where they're making that decision if they're going to go self-gen, and they're getting training for that. So we have a talent card deck, just like we did for the Curve. We have a talent card deck that's called Aviator. It is exactly structured the same way as Launch was, but what it is set to do is to teach you the basics of closing. And so if you would like access to that, if you've hit the minimum requirements needed to do so, you need to have your manager request access for you. So again, this has to come from manager access, showing that they have approved you to move into self-genning. And you can request that from the becometraining@radixcells.com email, and we can make sure that you're set up with that. So if that is in your cards, if that is the direction that this summer is heading for you, make sure to get on and get applied there. Okay, guys, let's talk about the Mamba again. Hopefully you guys have been seeing those bracketology sessions coming out. It's been really fun with some of the department heads and some of the VP of sales to go talk about some of our favorite matchups, to talk about some of the underdogs, and thank you guys for showing up. It has been really fun to go do that, and we look forward to episode 3 dropping tomorrow. So keep an eye out for episode 3 of bracketology. There are some incredible matchups this round. I can't wait to highlight those. But man, what an incredible performance it was the last 2 rounds of last week. The Mamba and assist pay, we believe, are the combination to have our biggest week in June ever. Guys, we did 197 accounts last week. The ticker was absolutely popping. Congratulations to all of the hard work, and a special thanks to, if you get a chance, special thanks to all the spouses at home that allow for those sacrifices. We know that every one of those comes with a pound of flesh. So thank you. Let's jump into some of the numbers. Lead reps. Our top 5 lead reps last week. We had Diego, Ivan Castaneda Mares. He had 8 accounts last week out of the Synergy office. Congratulations. We had Bree Nelson with 7 out of the Synergy office. We had Caden Bluth with 5 out of the Synergy office. We had Brian Harmon out of Apex with 5, and Sam Morales out of the Synergy office with 4. I don't know what they were eating and drinking over in Synergy, but man, it really worked. Congratulations. 4 out of the top 5 lead reps came out of that group. Closers. Top closer last week was Tate Foster with 14 accounts, McCray Foster with 8 accounts, Blake Decker with 8 accounts, Preston Erickson with 8 accounts, and Greg Osborne with 7 accounts. Congrats to our top 5 closers. Love seeing Blake Decker in that mix with a bunch of vets. I'm looking through that list, and you got Tate, McCray, Preston, and Greg that are all 2 and 3 and 4 years into solar, and you have Blake Decker that's only 4 or 5 months in. So Blake, congrats on a massive week last week. Top teams. We have Team Impact, Ammon Davis with 28 accounts this last week. Team Lux with 24. Team Omega with 23. Team Invictus. Man, this group is small, but they are super mighty. We have Team Invictus with 16 accounts and Team Redemption with 14 accounts. Our top 3 regions on the week. This battle is heating up, but we have Arbor with 39 accounts, Apex with 38 accounts, and Tribus rounding out our top 3 regions with 29 accounts. Okay, guys, short and sweet this week, but I wanted to wrap up this week with a leadership thought. I wanted to share a quote that really changed the paradigm at which I decided to lead. And it goes like this. It says that leaders take a little bit more than their share of the blame, and they take a little bit less than their share of the credit. And I think that there's so much power in that thought, that when push comes to shove, that you're willing to own up and take on a little bit more of the responsibility than maybe you should have. And that when things go good, that you're the type of leader that gives a little bit more credit to those around you. That type of a leader is one that I've really respected over the years as I've watched that play out. And it's one that I've tried to emulate in my leadership style. And hopefully that's a quick tip for all of you that are in leadership positions or look to have influence in your offices. Guys, it's Mamba season. We have the rounds. We'll get through 2 more rounds. It's really fun to forward think and think about who's going to be in the Elite 8 or who's going to be in the Final 4 just a week down the road. It is so exciting. Congratulations. Thank you for all of your sacrifice. Mamba out. See you guys next week.